Hey ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. My name is KPZ. You are here on the home of the slightly above average ship review. Well, last week I brought you a video of a speed Torp build in the Tier 4 Japanese Premium Shimakaze. And in that video I told you that one of the other ships I recommend the speed Torp build in was the Shimakaze. So as promised, here we are on Land of Fire in the Shimakaze using Space Fishy and the Speed Torp build. The commander setup should be identical to what I used in the Kamikaze video. Although again, that's not fully going in, as I explained. You could get more speed boosts if you use Give Me Speed. And you could increase your torpedo capability if you use Torpedo Safari, although I will tell you I don't believe Torpedo Safari is necessary in the Shima because you have really long-range torpedoes to begin with. As you can see, 8 kilometers, that's fairly long range. I don't think there's any benefit from making them longer range when you can get an RDF indicator and a early warning of incoming torpedoes and a damage reduction if you're spotted. So for me, Torpedo Safari might make sense in the Kamikaze, does not make sense in the Shima. All right, so we're moving out here. We're going into Bravo. Got a Republique and at least one other ship hiding behind this island here. And so if they're going to let me just capture it without messing with me, I'm totally okay with doing that. We do launch one set of torpedoes at Republique. Other battleship back there is Yamato, but you and I both know that rate of fire coming over that island is not from a battleship. It is from a cruiser. Did I launch both sets of torpedoes? Maybe I launched 2 sets and forgot about it. There is a Colbert back there. So yes, I did launch 2. I don't know if I meant to launch 2. I think I just meant to launch 1. But in either case, those torpedoes are not going to hit anything unless they are really, really dumb because they're all guns. So they're not going to hit anything. All right, so we're continuing to hang out. We got a couple of seconds left here to cap the space out. The enemy does not try and stop me. And so we're just going to do that. And somebody else threw some torpedoes in here that also aren't going to do anything. By the way, I hope everybody captured out the top rank in rank battles. I don't know if this video is going to air before or after my rank battles recap. Maybe after. Maybe on Warship Wednesday I'll put this one up. But I did get rank 1, and so I have a recap of that on my channel. In another destroyer, of course. All right. So we're torping out of the Colbert while I'm moving out of here simply because it's just me and there's 4 ships over here and I don't have the level of support that I would like. So we'll launch some more at the Colbert. Not that I have any dreams about hitting him, but maybe he'll get distracted and not realize there are torpedoes heading at him. Also, they are very fast. That's part of the speed Torp build. Maybe he'll just run into him. Won't be able to get out of the way. So we go behind this rock in case he sonars up when he sees these torpedoes. They do not hit him, much to my chagrin. However, I do have one more set that I could use, but I'm really trying to get my teammates to kill him, so I don't have to use the torpedoes on him. And I'm not sure what I launched them there for, unless I thought he was turning to come around that side of the island. Needless to say, the encroachment of the Colbert has made me run away. And you know, at this level, folks, you have to do this kind of stuff. You have to run away. You can't hang in there, especially when ships have sonar and radar. You just cannot mess with that. And you've got to create room for yourself. That doesn't mean play from the back. That doesn't mean play from your spawn point. But that does mean tactically retreat if and when it is necessary. All right, so the Colbert is being engaged by my teammates. We're going to move back in here. Whether I'm going to keep throwing torpedoes at this thing or not remains to be seen. I'm kind of wondering if it's a good idea to keep doing that. But our team is losing now 3-0. and enemy torpedoes entering the cap from Charlie. And I'm seeing this Yamato's kind of putting himself in a position where he's not going to be able to turn away because the island is there. So I will launch one tight spread and one wide spread on the Yamato. Meanwhile, the Colbert still has hit points left, but hopefully one of my teammates will muscle up and manage to take him out before much longer. Torpedoes moving in on the Yamato, still encouraging my teammates to shoot the Colbert. Yamato takes some damage from somebody else, and we finish him off with 2 torpedo strikes for our first kill. And I believe the Colbert was also taken out, so we retained the Bravo cap. Now we have the Charlie cap, and the Alpha cap is still up for grabs. We got 2 kills. The enemy team has 3 kills. We, our team. All right, so highlight a enemy destroyer for my teammates to take out. You know, it's really, oh God. All right, my team's getting waffle stomped here. So what you're going to see from this point on is the power of the speed torpedo build. Because we're not going to win. You know, we've got 4 ships left. One of them is me. I mean, in my mind, that makes our team still have a pretty good chance. But I am just a realist. At some point, we're not going to be able to hold on to these caps if the red team knows what they are doing. All right, so we've got a Kronstadt out there and another ship. And I'm thinking to myself, Kronstadt, slow Russian heavy cruiser. I should be able to torp him. No problem. Au contraire, mon frère. That means, oh no, my friend, or something like that. Sorry, last studied French in 7th grade. Au contraire, mon frère is not going to be that easy. All right, moving over here, this is where the enemy destroyer is at, one of them at least. You can see red torpedoes moving in on my teammates. We will set a smoke screen to help shield our teammates from the Kronstadt and the other ship in the Alpha cap. Not saying it's going to do any good, but that was my intent there. That is something I have not done for quite a long time, simply because I don't think a lot of teammates understand what that is for. Anyway, here's the enemy Shimakaze. We don't necessarily have any better guns than he does, so I'm just trying to keep him lit up for right now, although maybe I'm going to shoot at him. No, I am not. All right. It is now 3 ships remaining against 6 ships remaining. So we will torp at the smokescreen. Maybe the Shima will move into the torps, hopefully. And over here we've got a Grosser Kurfürst and the Kronstadt. The Grosser Kurfürst is out of torpedo range. And by the way, my understanding is that all of the remaining ships that are alive are over here with me. So I know somebody might be saying, oh, you could be off defending Charlie Cap instead of being over here. That's true, I could be, but I would be all alone. And the Shima is not a ship that does well with no support, in my opinion, especially against mixed class ships. If you're going up against a battleship in the Shima, you're going to use your concealment and your torpedoes. That's fine. But as soon as you run the danger of being spotted by sonar, all bets are off. And so any ship with sonar or radar is very dangerous to you. And so going off alone when you have the option of being with teammates, to me, would seem like a poor idea. All right, so now it's just us and one other ship. The Alaska does take out the Shima. My original Torp salvo, I don't think hit anything. Right now we have 43,000 damage. So here in a minute, you are going to see the damage start to get ramped up because we are going to get some torpedo reloads. Now again, the point of this speed torpedo build, as we're spotted by sonar or radar, probably from the cruiser to just splash the heck out of us, is to use the speed of the torpedoes to overcome their high detectability. And now we're having to dodge torpedoes left over. The Alaska is dead. We are officially the last ship left. But while I was talking, we just got 3 torpedo strikes and started a flood on the Grosser Kurfürst. And now we're over 100,000 damage. So they generally know where we are. So all I've got going for me is the speed of these torpedoes and maybe the way in which they reload. So, or the volume of the torpedoes. Anyway, get some more torpedo strikes on the GK, take him out, and we are at 127,000 total damage. We are the last ship left. If we kill all the enemy ships, we will get a Kraken and a solo warrior. We will not get a solo warrior in this match. All right, so we're moving out. And we are looking at the Kronstadt over here. A little more maneuverable than maybe I gave him credit for. Or perhaps a little more light on his feet, awareness-wise. I'm just trying to get one set of torpedoes to send his way. Because I got multiple targets. Like a Republic over here that has way more health. And so I really need to make sure I am sending the torpedoes where they need to go. So we send 2 sets toward the Republik. The Kronstadt has changed his heading. So we are going to wait on sending this set of torpedoes toward the Kronstadt until it reloads, which means he's going to flatten out a little bit and we'll get a better angle. So we send 1 toward him. We're turning back towards Republik. He's just activated unstoppable because he's closer than 6 km. 1, 2, just 2? Just 2 torpedo strikes on Republik. We're up to 146. I don't like putting them all in one basket. I don't like double launching over the same area. So, Kronstadt, he's going to maneuver, albeit not quickly enough. 2 torpedo strikes on the Kronstadt. We take him out, high caliber metal, kill number 3. Up to 176,000 damage. All right, Republik, we're trying to create a little bit of distance here. You can see he's 5.6. Our concealment is 4.8. So we're going to turn back against ourselves, maybe give ourselves a better angle to launch with. And I don't remember, it's been a little bit since I've recorded this, so I don't remember if we spread these or launch them all together, but I believe that I'm going to do a closer spread because we almost took him out last time and didn't. We spot another ship. The Republik is close to spotting us. We will do an overlapping spread, and there's a gearing, and that is really terrifying to somebody like me. I cannot deal with the gearing at all except by torpedoes. We create a little bit more room for the Republik. And he is going to eat some torpedoes right here, folks. 1, 2, 3, 4. Devastating strike. Kill number 4. All right, we are officially on the hunt for a Kraken. We've got a gearing, and we've got a battleship that looks imminently much more killable, albeit it's just very far away. All right, so we launched some torpedoes to where we last saw the gearing. The Yamato looks like it's 12.8, 13.8 kilometers away. We're not going to be able to, I don't think, get within torpedo range of the Yamato before the gearing spots us. And that is truly unfortunate. I think if these ships were reversed, we wouldn't have had any problem taking out the Yamato for the Kraken. The gearing, we're just counting on luck of the draw. If he just blunders into our torpedoes. But I didn't want to shoot them all, because I want to save some for the Yamato, or if the gearing pops up very close to us, and we're working on a reload of 2 more sets right now. All right, so where is the gearing? Yamato still out of torpedo range. Remember, 8-kilometer torpedoes on this ship, so we'll launch 1 more set. Maybe the gearing is going to try to scrape around the island, and then we'll just launch them both, because at this point, my only hope is to take out the gearing and then try to take out the Yamato after that, but I've got to take out the gearing. And I don't think these torpedoes are going to hit anything. Yamato's still not in torpedo range. unfortunately for me. And as good as the Shima is at torping from stealth, it is not good at gunfighting other destroyers. And even with this build, it's not super quick. We have used all our speed boosts up during this match. And we had 4 of them. Remember, they have 50% less duration. So maybe this is an instance where if you didn't do the speed torp build, you could have been able to close distance on the amount and take them out with a longer lasting speed boost. But again, gearing, we never saw him at the end. And so we do lose this match. Here in the defeat screen, high caliber metal, devastating strike metal. We ended up with 216,785 total damage, 16 torpedo strikes, 11 of them caused floods, 4 kills, and a solo base cap. We ended up with 399,161 silver and 3032 ship XP and commander XP in the Shima. All right, here we are on the top of the board in the lost 2021 base XP, 4 big kills. Our teammates helped out a little bit, but I wish they could have done more, especially like the Minotaur. Would have been nice. Khabarovsk would have been nice if it had been able to do some work for our team. But at the end of the day, it's just all luck of the draw here. And I don't think the enemy team, anyone on that team, performed particularly better than us in that match. All right. I don't know why I'm doing a full ship review here. Maybe just if you hadn't seen my other Shima video where I got 190k total damage. But those are the modifications. The important stuff you're going to see, don't use this upgrade here, by the way. I would not recommend that. Slows down your torpedoes by 9 knots, makes it reload much slower. I would not use the Type 93 Mod 3 modification or upgrade on the Shima. But that's up to you if you use it or not. I just don't recommend it. Again, and the farther the torpedoes go, the farther out they spread. So that's why I wouldn't recommend using that mod. So here we got 2 smokes and 4 speed boosts because of our skill choices. Standard camo, the Ban Matsuri flag. With the build 16,110 hit points, you are not a gunboat, 7.2 second reload, 22.8 second turn time. Both of those numbers are terrible. You do a pretty good splash with 1,800 HE shell damage and a 7% fire chance, but you shouldn't be using these guns for anything other than when you are spotted and you have nothing left to do but defend yourself. Look at the huge jump in capability to the torpedoes. The max speed is 84 knots. That is why you do this build, folks. 84 knot torpedoes, and they do 21,976 max damage. So that's the point of this build. You get your torpedoes going as fast as possible, still doing a ton of damage. I think if you put Reizo Tanaka in there, the torpedoes are going to do around 2,400, maybe 2,400 and change damage. So you are losing a little bit of torpedo damage, but you're gaining a ton of speed, and that's going to give the enemy ships less time to maneuver away. And you don't lose any concealment here. 4.8, I think, with fully max Tanaka, Swirsky, and Bay, you'd be at 4.7. So in the big scheme of things, my opinion is 5 is the breakover for good concealability in a destroyer, and you have under 5 here. Again, the base trait, space speed, increases the torpedo speed. And we got Bay for concealment and Deng Shichang for concealment and torpedo damage. So offsetting, not using Tanaka as your commander with his base trait. You're offsetting that base trait with Deng Shichang as an inspiration. Can't recommend switching Shichang in for Jersey Swirsky in your destroyer builds strongly enough, as long as they have torpedoes. And then the rest of the build is the same as you saw in the Shimakaze video. Anyway, most of you probably clicked off already. But if you made it this far, thanks so much for watching. Thanks to my new subscribers. Hit that thumbs up if you enjoyed it. And I'll see you on the next video, everybody.